Dear ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to the analysis of Yoleno TV. I hope you're well from wherever you're watching this channel. Rigathi Gachagua is a worried man, and especially because of this competition from Musalia Mudavadi. Musalia Mudavadi seems to be crafting his kingmanship in the Western community very well. So the fear that 2027 will itafika and then Rigathi Gachagua bado sio kingpin wa Mount Kenya ni swala ambalo linamtatiza Rigathi Gachagua sana. So the deputy president has been on Sakaja's neck, and I think if I'm not wrong, I think the issue here is not even Sakaja. The issue here is trying to make Musalia Mudavadi to attack Rigathi Gachagua directly. I think kitu ambacho Rigathi Gachagua anajaribu kuachieve hapa ni kwamba anatuma ujumbe directly kwa Prime CS Musalia Mudavadi kwamba don't mess with me, because let's face the facts. Sakaja initially alikuwa ANC baada ya kutoka Jubilee, alafu kulikuwa na mazungumzo yalitokea hapo, then Sakaja akaamua kuwa kwa RUTO, that is UDA party, na Musalia akabaki kwa ANC. Na Sakaja anatoka kwa Waluya, that is the Western community. Na Rigathi Gachagua tunajua sote anatoka kwa wapi? Anatoka Mount Kenya. So those comments that Rigathi Gachagua made some previously when Sakaja decided to abide by the court order, and the court order was seeking to reinforce what the NMS put in place about long distance vehicles being using a separate bus terminus. Sakaja merely what he did is that he conformed with the court order, and then you saw there was a time in the national newspapers when the court said that they thanked Sakaja for abiding by the courts. So that was what Sakaja did, and then what Rigathi Gachagua decided to do was now to attack Sakaja because Sakaja abided by the court's order, which was enforcing what NMS had put in place. So ili swala la Gachagua kutaka kumwattack Sakaja, si Sakaja pekee. Rigathi Gachagua anajaribu kutuma those the message directly to Mudavadi that skiza, mimi ndio kusema Nairobi hii yote na mimi ndio the second in command. He's trying to tell Mudavadi, if you're a man enough, come to me, respond to my salvos. If you're a man enough, respond to my salvo. So that's why Edwin Sifuna, also comes from the same community, has responded to Rigathi Gachagua. We were elected by people from all tribes and cannot be told that the interest of any one tribe overrides the interest of everyone else. Changing the city cannot happen by making it a kiosk paradise or a big matatu terminus under the guise of kazi ni kazi. I was listening to Mark Bichachi, a political analyst by the way, and I think I agree with him, because from the recent comments of Rigathi Gachagua when he told Sakaja that sisi Mount Kenya ndio tulimchagua, personally I think Gachagua's main target is Mudavadi. I think Sakaja is just a political ploy. There is a time in I think July, I did an analysis and I said that ili swala la kusema kwamba Musalia Mudavadi atakuwa third in command and second in command atakuwa Gachagua. Alafu nilipoona zile roles ambazo zilichukuliwa zikaekewa Musalia Mudavadi, I knew very well that this plan was not going to work, and it's evident right now. The plan is not going to work, and the reason being that when UHURU Kenyatta in 2017 decided to allocate some roles to Matiang'i, these roles had been taken away from the deputy president and allocated to Matiang'i. That is the time this beef escalated. The beef between the president and the deputy president escalated, and you saw another beef develop between the deputy president and Matiang'i. Matiang'i was the CS back then. So the same thing was repeated in this arrangement between the deputy president and Musalia Mudavadi. Because what the president did back then, he was still the deputy president, he simply took the roles the way they were allocated to Matiang'i and gave them to Musalia Mudavadi's docket. And those roles were taken from the constitutional allocated roles, the roles which have been allocated to deputy president. These roles were taken and given to the chief minister, who was then Matiang'i. So now in this case, there is no way Musalia Mudavadi and Rigathi Gachagua can be on the same page. Well, we know that some of the roles have been taken from the deputy president's slot and accorded to the prime CS. Then there is another problem here, that the prime CS can be fired anytime, but Rigathi Gachagua cannot be fired. Rigathi Gachagua cannot be fired, and it can only be voted out. But again, that voting out will not happen because Mount Kenya leaders will not play party to it, because they want their interests to be taken care of, and I think Rigathi Gachagua is trying to do exactly that. But the only problem is that what Rigathi Gachagua is trying to do is exposing him to appear as a tribalistic leader. So this is the problem that Rigathi Gachagua is facing, and I think he is not being a nationalistic leader. He's only reduced himself to a community leader, that is Mount Kenya community leader. Because if you look at all the utterances, you look at all the remarks, if you look at all the tours that he makes, they are only in Mount Kenya. And recently there was this comment that he made that wanatayarisha kumlaki rais huku Mount Kenya. Yani the focus of Rigathi Gachagua is Mount Kenya only. So this is what is worrying us. Because even if you look at the prime CS also, the prime CS seems to be playing the same card that Rigathi Gachagua is playing. Only that Rigathi Gachagua's case iko juu sana because yeye ameiweka openly. But if you look at Musalia Mudavadi is also reducing himself to a tribalistic leader, because you only see him tour Western, you only see him convene meetings of the Western leaders. So I don't know, maybe Musalia Mudavadi is also focusing on only being a Western leader. So this is the reason why Raila Amolo Odinga is still considered the best leader, the best Kenyan leader, if you compare him to all these other leaders, because Raila Amolo Odinga has never been tribalistic. He's always looking at the national outlook as opposed to the regional outlook. He looks at the whole of Kenya as opposed to only the Nyanza region. That's why most of the time you find him in Coast, you find him in the Western, you find him in Nairobi, you find him, in these other outskirts of, these other counties. So the reason, so what am I saying? I'm saying that Rigathi Gachagua is burying himself politically, and Musalia Mudavadi also seems to be playing along the same line. The only problem is that Musalia Mudavadi is not that aggressive, but Rigathi Gachagua is aggressive. So that is the only difference between the two. One of them is aggressive, the other one is not aggressive. But both of them are reducing themselves to being regional leaders as opposed to, national leaders. So, ladies and gentlemen, kindly share what your opinions are regarding Rigathi Gachagua's issue. Do you think Rigathi Gachagua will survive, or his game plan will work according to his expectations? Kindly share your thoughts below the comment section. I'd like to hear what you have in mind. So once again, I'd like to urge you to please take a moment and subscribe to Yoleno TV. Give us a like. You can hit the notification bell so that every time we upload such videos, you will always become the first person to get notified. Ladies and gentlemen, kindly stay safe, stay blessed until we catch up again in our next analysis.